Okay, so first time using my camera setup. I have my tea, just like old times. It's the orange spice black tea, unsweetened of course, because I'm still on my diet. Yummy. All right, so this is gonna be a recap of the ephemera I did, and I did I think I already told you, I did a video trying to show the Louise Heinzel version of 11, and it's just a mess. It was so hard because I tried to have the tripod in front of me and then blah blah blah. So I'm gonna start with that first, because let me just tell you, it was like a whole rigmarole. So first so 11 is hand or machine sewing and then slash postcard. So she had vintage postcards that went very nicely, but I made black and white copies from a Christmas book and then did that way, like did different, because hers were different shades of gray. So I tried to do dark, medium, and light, and then she punched out holes and then switched the punches to different cards, so it'll be like, and then she sewed this like fuzzy yarn, and I was like, ooh. When I went to Ollie's, they had this yarn, this big fat yarn, for $2.99, and I was like, totally can use it. So in the first video, I used this big thick yarn through the holes, and like first thing looked cool, and then as I did more and more like this, it just looked stupid. So then I spent like 20 minutes trying to, so this is what it was like, disassemble these, and I was like pulling it and it kept knotting up, and so I stopped the video because it was like 22 minutes of me trying to unravel this. What I learned was, if you leave your hand open, you can just kind of pull it and it unravels, and it leaves you with something like this. But that was after like many trial and error. So then I was like, okay, now I'm ready. I have the string, I have blah blah, and because the tripod is in front of me, I'm like trying to thread the needle. I like tried to thread the needle for like 10 minutes, and then I was like, really? And I kept pushing on. It was like 15 minutes, and it literally was me trying to, every time I sewed, the needle would come out, and I was just like, okay, you know what, it's not happening. So basically I did all these off. I even did, like the third time, I even did 2 of them, and then I was like, I'm just gonna do one, so it cuts the time. Anyway, it did, but that one took forever too, and I was just like, why is it 20 minutes for me not to even, anyhow, I'm out of practice, I believe. So finally, I just was like, I'm gonna do them all off camera, I'm gonna show, and then apparently I forgot how dark watercolor can be, because the first one, I messed it up. So here it is. It's supposed to be like a shadow like this, but I did this, and then I, for a quick second, thought, you know what, I'm gonna have to redo this card. But then I remembered Veronica's being about, you know, it's supposed to be imperfect, blah blah blah, and I was like, you know what, it is. And this is not my favorite project anyway. This is by far my least favorite so far that I've done, and it could be just that I was out of practice. So a whole big rigmarole. But so this is Louise Heinzel's, my version of Louise Heinzel's. Her little things were matched her card and was in German. I actually Googled what it said in German, and the only thing that's the same is the unforgettable. Everything else was different because it pertained to her card. But so she punched out the photo cards, then she had a separate paper in which she made let me show you. This is the remnant that she stenciled stars on, which that's as close as I could get. Hers had way more stars to put on the background that would show through the little holes. And so this is my 3 versions. And this is number 11. I have to do 49 Dragonflies version 2. Alright, so now we're going to go to the ephemera that I already made. And number 10 is, we're going backwards because I put them in a tub, and as I was finished I stacked each one on top, so from the newest to the oldest. So 10 was Staple and Tuck Spot, and 49 Dragonflies version was, she made a corner pocket, and she actually had the real gears, which I now have but I didn't then, and she had fancy gold staples, and I was like, ooh, I should get gold staples, but then I was like, no, because I have like 2,000 staples that I need to use up. So she did this, and she made this stamp, and I made a stamp to copy her tree. And then she had like a three pocket thing, and she had fancier leaves and blah blah blah. But this is my version of 49 Dragonflies. Louise Heinzel made corner pockets. She just took a bunch of staples apart and made them like in a circle like this, and then she Mod Podged them. And so she had a gold and a silver, so that's my version of hers. And then this is my version. I did the 3 pocket thing, so I did 2 side pockets with a corner. This is a rub-on transfer, and then I tried to be fancy with the stapling. This was cool, and this is fine, but I'm kind of disappointed in this because I wanted it like, I think I was trying to do like gradually straight. I don't know what I was doing, but whatever. This is my version of that. Okay, put this aside. Number 9 prompt is T/envelope. And so this is Louise Heinzel. And my version of hers. And this is 49 Dragonflies. Like that, because this is the actual tea packet that she used. 2 of these, and then she put a 3rd one on this, and then this one opens up on the coffee. I noticed the coffee dye paper is a bit brittle because I think this is one of the ones I dried in the oven, so I might have to like washi tape or something it so it doesn't fall apart. And then this was my version, where this is a rub-on transfer. I put on coffee dyed paper, and then this is music paper, mediumed with the used tea bags. So that's all the wrinkles. I don't know if you can see it, but then this is when this is I think one of the first times I used my die cut thing, and it had made the larger envelopes like this, and they're all they all have like are wrapped in tea bag. So this, hopefully you can see. And then the mini ones, remember I put little, because the cutout papers too, so, and they all have little papers in there. So that, this one, and this one. So 4 micro mini, and then 4 mini, and then 1 small envelope for my version of the tea envelope. Trying to hurry. Okay, so this is 49 Dragonflies of, it's Snow Woman and paper doily. So this is like I said, 49 Dragonflies version of a Snow Woman. And this is where I went crazy with the paper doilies. I was obsessed. I was like, this is so fun to make. And so I made a bunch of those. And then this is Louise Heinzel's version of Snow Woman and doily, paper doily. She did something similar to this. And then here's my version. So for all those paper doilies I made, I used that as the body, and then the color in the background are watercolor, are my metallic watercolor, and I drew the faces from like I think an old-timey book that featured like old-timey, I mean like not old-timey, like I guess it is old-timey, like women. So I think this is champagne, this is gold, this is copper, bronze, and I think this was like white and silver. And I tried to capture all the nationalities. Let's see, next is safety pin slash postage stamp. And so this, ooh, this is 49 dragonflies. She used fabric, and here's a bulb pin. I can't remember if that's what she used, but remember I had that stamp book, like the stamp collector's book, and I just cut out the stamp and put it on like cardstock shaped as a stamp. And so this is one, and then the other one, here's the safety pin and like a faux postage stamp. That's 49 dragonflies. And this is the super cute one from Louise Heinzel, where she just made a bunch of postage stamp shapes and added stuff to it. So the real big one, she had words, and it's a bulb pin for the body and then little butterflies. So I did that. And then here's another bulb pin, and instead of for the body, it's like hanging, or maybe it's supposed to be like a dangle. I'm not sure. Here's a couple little ones, and then here's another one. I'm pretty sure she made more. They may have fell. Oh, here's another one. So that was Louise Heinzel, and then my version of the postage, since they went smaller, I went huge. And so I used the old-timey, like, you know, I just kind of went the vintage route. Here's my safety pin, and then here's fake postage stamps. Actually, these are images of real postage stamps, but they're in a magazine, and I put them on a postage shape thing. And here I made a dangle, I guess that's what it's called, with more safety pin. And then this one I did by accident. I think I told you this one was supposed to be like this one, but I put it on like Amazon paper to keep it from sticking to the desk. And when I opened it to like take it off, I was like, wait a minute, this is like a pocket. So excited about that. So here's the a pocket postage stamp. And then I really love this. I just threw together, I'm sure from watching many junk journal things, like this paper, or just random stuff to make it look cute. And I started using the crocodile, I forget what this is called, this little whole thing, but I was like, I love it. So what's next? Oh, napkin image and tag. Okay, so this is from 49 Dragonflies. Hers look cooler because she actually had paper dolls, which I now have paper dolls, but this was just from the Ephemera book that I copied and cut out. And then tried to copy. She had actual like gears and stuff that were real cute. This is what I could just, like, from our little, I probably shouldn't say this, junk pile at work. Like, we're never gonna reuse that. So that's my version of hers. And then this is the napkin though. She mediumed a cool napkin on hers, and this is the coolest I could find. I try to make it like he's shoveling the sunflower, and that's napkin background. And then Louise Heinzel's version of the tag and napkin image. So you can't really see the image, but there's a flower, and she had like a cream colored thing, and I think this was like called, I don't know, very light rose pink or something, but it ended up like Pepto-Bismol. It kind of goes with the card, but I was like, what the heck, man. So, and hers were wood numbers, but love and hope. And so my version was kind of a copy of a mishmash of probably 49 Dragonflies, but this is a little girl that I cut out some fake like gears or whatever, again, little junk from work. And then I had her like riding the bird, and the bird eating into the this blender thing, just because I thought it was cool. All right, what's next? coffee and button card. Okay, so this was Louise Heinzel's version of button card. Her buttons were more uniform, like they matched, like there was 3 or 6 of each of the same kind, but I had to I guess I had to, what am I trying to say, veer off a little bit. I'm just noticing in this light that there's glue and everything. Oh well, whatever. That's my version of hers. And then this is 49 Dragonfly, my version of 49 Dragonflies. This is another thing. Her little projects are always cool. These are paper buttons that she made from paper. And so I was like, that is so cool. And I made a bunch of paper buttons too. So, and then these, of course, it's coffee dyed, and there's coffee dyed on that too. That's one. And then she made, I forget what she called it, like a cover. Like this is for something that goes on a cover or whatever. She also made like weird shaped buttons. This is the only other thing that was about the same size as a regular button. And yeah, so this is my version of hers. And then this was, I was super proud of this, my button card / coffee thing. So I wrote buttons on here. Here's my button. And then I made it like a, I forget what that kind of closure is called, but button down here and there. Then you open it up. Actually, I think it was supposed to go like this. Yeah, I think I initially had it tucked, but I was, because it's a little fat, I thought it was going to open, so that's why I made this. Then you open it up, and here is a place to write something. And I thought that was just a cute little thing to cover up the back of this where I sewed the button. These are these large buttons I made from paper also. And like, I guess you could tuck it in, tuck stuff in there. It would be, this would be a really fat edition, I guess. And then another place to journal. This, I don't know why I glued it down all the way, but also I made these buttons out of paper. And so then 2 more writing spaces. So I was really impressed with that. A bit bulky, so I don't know how practical that is. Oh, and then I also have a little button here to keep it from going through this little hole that I made. I was like, look at me being all creative and stuff. So that's my version. Gold or silver plus ticket. This was initially I was irritated, but it ended up being fun. So this is 49 my version of 49 Dragonflies. Of course hers were all more, you know, she has all the stuff, so this is kind of fake ticket, so fake ticket looking. I think hers had like ticket with the numbers on the side or whatever, but had made this one. And then she had made something like this. And then she made like a collage piece, and then she cut it down to like different sizes. So she had 2 different types of tickets from one and then a smaller one. And I think yeah. And then she made really big tickets too. So that was her version of the ticket. And then I guess you could journal on the back, or, you know, put stuff on the front, whatever. I'm not really sure. This lady, the 49 Dragonflies lady, she actually made a journal with the ephemera she made from Dephemerember. And that's why all hers aren't like really Christmas based per se. And then this is my version of the ticket. I made it like Rainbow Roy G. Biv type. This one broke off. But as you roll out, I figured something, you can write something on it, or, you know. Made it like a ticket roll. I made it easy to break off because I sewed little holes down there, which I learned from one of the ladies. She was like, if you want to make it actually like a perforation, you can just sew without thread in there. And I was like, what? I'm trying to go as fast as possible because I know this is probably gonna be like 20 minutes. Alright, so next is Woodland Animal, is it? Oh no, Louise Heinzel's version of Ticket, which is super cute. I think this was when I realized, because this is when I realized Louise Heinzel's my type of lady. I mean, I like the other lady stuff too, but so she made Ticket with like this, and then she had dangles on all hers had Christmas dangles though. Christmas, like little trees or Santa or whatever, but did the best I could. So this one actually goes this way, and I just try to copy the size that she went, like up and down, or I guess vertical or horizontal. So okay, so that, this, and this. So that was Louise Heinzel's version of it. Alright, what's next? Woodland Animal and Seed Packet. Alright, so this was Louise Heinzel's. She had a little, I forget what these, Brad closure. And she had an actual print. I don't know if it's like a printout or whatever. A really cute raccoon. Super cute, but I didn't, so I had to draw them. And then she had mushrooms, like vintage mushrooms in her background, and actual like seeds. I think they were sunflower seeds. But I had to draw the raccoon, the mushrooms in the background, and these are popcorn that I washed. That I specifically popped the popcorn, and whatever was left in the bottom of the bag, I kept it and washed them and then dried them. So yeah, my version of Louise Heinzel. My version of, this is 49 Dragonflies. These two are pretty close to what she actually had, because I had an owl and a raccoon. And then these three little ones. And then, let's see, oh, my version of Woodland Animal and Seed Package was this one. I cut this out of children's books, the little characters. Then all these, like the butterflies and the flowers, those are from masks. Same thing with this one, all the little and I put beads. So I made it like 3 different sizes. Super cute, I thought. 2 stars and paint sample. So that was my version of Louise Heinzel's project, was these. And she was just saying you could just write different things in the middle of what it is, and I'm not sure how to use them, but I was like, I know I was very frustrated with this because I didn't realize some of the ink that I had was alcohol based and some were water based, and so it didn't spread out like it was supposed to, but it turned out good. So and then this was 49 Dragonflies version. She made it like a card, so like the background is the color, like the paint swatch. But this was where I was so jealous. She had vintage mushroom books that she just cut out the pictures and used, and I was so jealous. But I had to draw my mushrooms because I didn't have, at the time, no mushroom books at all. So, but now I do. And so that's my version of hers. And then, oh, on the back, she had stenciled something similar, and she said you could write on the back. So I was like, cool. My version of the stars paint sample thing, I did 3 just because I thought it was cool. It's more like a paper doll thing. This is like my main project. So I put heavier like cardstock and then put like lighter cardstock in the middle, so made it like a book cover, and then had like ombre type flowers of purple. I mean, I don't know. And then I guess you could write something on the back. I'm not sure exactly how you would use this in a junk journal. And then I used washi tape to reinforce the things, because it looks obviously not very stable. It probably would rip front and back, or maybe front, back. I'm not sure. And then I did that with the green too. So green, and then also the green as it did the ombre. The birds also did the ombre. Should be getting darker to lighter. And this was what I thought was cool. I had little music things because they were singing. So I thought that's cool. And then you could also write on the back. And then I was like, ooh, let's do abstract star paint sample. So light blue to dark blue. And this, I have tea bag, just for something different, tea bag matte medium on it. And so you could write something on the front and back. But I still don't know how to use it in a junk journal. And then finally, the first prompt, which is ribbon and playing card. 49 dragonflies. I had to make the big card because she actually had jumbo cards from like their dollar store in Austria or whatever. But I had to make mine. Also, this is when I realized that gouache smears. And I don't know what this is. Something got on this and whatever. I don't think these were there before. But so this is my version of ribbon and playing card for 49 dragonflies. This is my version for 49 dragonflies. I mean, Louise Heinzel, she made her card. Like the other lady had jumbo cards. She made her card and then put like ribbons at different places to, I don't know why. Just because I guess it's cute. So this is my version. I mean, my version of hers. And then since there was jumbo and medium, I decided to do my version mini. And that is, I think I did 4 face cards. And the 4 face cards are like fancier. Yeah. Fancier than the regular. I think that was, yeah. So those are, and these were rather plain. So that's, when I made the little card, I put little eyelets on it so I could tie ribbon to it. And then I added feathers. And I guess you can, I decided you could write on the back. Made this one with a bunch of little papers. Like, this was coffee dyed paper that I made. Coffee dyed map. Avocado dyed map. Food color dyed stuff. So, it's a notebook. And this one, I don't know. This one just decoration, I guess. And this one you could write on here. And this one you could write on the back. And this one, I guess you could write under there. On the back. And that. And that is all the ephemera made. So I made like 10. Which there's 25 days. So I swear I thought I was like at least on this side. But like I said, I showed half of that, and now I'm gonna make 49 dragonflies version of 11. But I'm gonna stop that and stop this just so you can just, so I can just have another video, because I think it's already too long. I mean, I was talking as fast as possible, but I'm pretty sure it's still like 20 minutes. So alrighty, I'll talk to you later.